Greens everyone, Soulfang Dance 98, back out again with another reaction, looking at trying to get into fitness and health with, well, who else? Jaden Animations. And oh boy, you can tell she has not enjoyed her journey. So, let's see how this works out, or doesn't work out for her.
A month has already passed of 2018, and you know what that means. People have already started giving up on their New Year's resolutions.
Yep, from cooking more meals yourself and eating healthier to studying, exercising, saving money
And
to
you know what that means. People have already started giving up on their New Year's resolutions.
napping during gym, grabbing all the money you've saved, make sure you look at your phone instead of books, you're grabbing ready-made meals, and you're suddenly switching to donuts. Yeah, sounds about right.
Google claims that only 8% of people actually keep their resolutions, which is like the ultimate, I'm not mad, just disappointed. Well, I'm happy to tell you that
Pretty much.
I haven't dropped any of my resolutions. I don't write any. My family never really did.
I didn't lose any of my resolutions because I never wrote them. Which means you can't blame me for not following them. Hey.
Resolutions. Once my dad was like, let's all write resolutions this year. And we still didn't, and then didn't accomplish anything. For me, when I want to change something, I start trying to integrate it into my life right away, rather than waiting until next week, or next year, or next lifetime for that fresh start. Every day is a Jaden New Year. Woo! As someone who doesn't
Woo!
write them and probably isn't qualified to critique the art of New Year's resolutions,
cool.
I'm gonna toss my opinion that no one asked for into the ring. I think the main contributors to
He's just like.
those 92% failing goals are they're too unrealistic and they're too vague. Let's stop
Yeah.
beating around the bush and talk about the most common resolution people make. Losing weight, eating healthier, you know, that rabbit hole. Lose 20 pounds by drinking this tea from a weird plant you've never heard of. Lose 10 pounds in 30 minutes or your pizza's free. Lose your money. It's all basically just alright, give me the money!
Accurate.
Weight loss scams that make too good to be true claims are just people who want your money.
Yeah, they're known as fad diets, so watch out for those. If you guys pay attention to it, fad diets are actually just, look, I lost weight by doing this and cutting out this. Now you gotta follow my exact steps or you won't lose anything. Bruh. But yeah, so basically fad diets are like those that you see in magazines. Like, oh, you do this for like, well, 2 of your meals a day. Like you drink only water for 2 meals instead of having actual nutritious meals. You lose weight, but man, does your body hate you. And doesn't forgive you because you lose metabolism like that. Or, oh, I cut out all grains. Great. You've wiped out 65% of the fiber your body needs to function. Where are you going to get it now? Or, hey, you cut out meat and became a vegetarian. Good job. Hey, how are you going to get the muscle you need? Like, sure, it's healthier for you, but the problem is that you don't gain as much muscle as fast. Like, you know, you have eggs, you have tofu, you have soybeans, you have mushrooms for protein. They aren't animal protein, which is the problem, which is why while you lose weight, you're also losing too much muscle to be healthy. So like I said, like nothing against the vegetarians out there, like it's a very healthy lifestyle, but the problem is if you're used to eating meat, don't go cold turkey. It won't go well for you. It just becomes a fad diet at that point. Like you're trying too hard and accidentally become vegan for a few days, which in the end just hurts you anyway. Especially your bowel movements. Yeesh.
Sure, the scale says, hey, great job, you lost 7 pounds in a week. But your body says, yeah, but that was all just water weight, and also I don't feel very good. Or, ah! If you want change, you've got to earn it through work. There isn't an easy way out. Making changes in your lifestyle
Another SpongeBob reference, anchor arms.
need to be sustainable for life. That's why they're called lifestyle changes. Not, I'm gonna pay $200 for this diet shake, feel good for 2 weeks, lose 10 pounds, start feeling bad, and give up in a month. Changes. I'm gonna start working out more. I'm gonna start going to the gym. Let's be honest with ourselves here. That's a weak excuse for a resolution. I'll go on a run every other morning. I'll lift weights 3 to 5 days a week. Those are much easier to follow than I'll exercise more. Psh, get out of here with that vague crap. You don't even know what you mean by that. And don't be flaky and say, oh, I missed a week. Oh, I'm hopeless.
Sadly, I know too many people like that. And yeah, vague goals don't get it done like the fad diets. They say to do these things, but they don't say how much to do. If you notice when I said I cut out all grains. Okay, what do you consider a grain? Like, I never went into those details. Or I cut out all meat. Then why are you holding a fish? It's not a chicken or pork. I noticed you kept in beef. Beef's a meat? Yeah, like I said, like vague goals, they don't do so. Like in my case, I try and do. This last New Year's, I made sure I made a resolution alongside my wife that I would do 20 minutes of exercise a day. And I'm actually feeling much better, honestly. Like, I've actually gotten some better muscle. I've actually lost a decent amount of weight. And it's only shown up in the last month or so. So while I've shown more of the results in March, the fact is that I spent the last 2 months exercising and keeping to that resolution. I made sure that I did a minimum of 20 minutes of exercise a day, whether it be getting a nice jog in, or getting some weights lifted, or doing calisthenic exercise, or even just doing martial arts or yoga. Like, whatever it is, I'm doing 20 minutes of exercise. Doesn't matter what, as long as I fill 20 minutes of my day with exercise. Minimum. You can go all the way up to an hour if you need to, but the thing is, minimum 20 minutes. I don't try and slack on that unless I'm too sore, too tired, or I'm just done with the day. Anyway, let's get back into it.
Be perfect for a whole year. Take a breath, chill, and keep going. I'm saying that to myself just as much as I am to you. I'm trying to be more self-aware about when my brain just wants to turn one little mess up into an excuse to stop something entirely. I'm getting better at slowly ending that habit. I grew up doing a lot of sports. Soccer, martial arts, tennis, competitive Pokemon. I know my way around the gym, but I dropped it all my last year of high school to focus on YouTube and art. I didn't care about what I ate, and combined with not moving around much, I started feeling pretty crummy. So I ended up turning to what most people do when they reach a similar problem. Alright, here we go. Let's talk about home exercise videos.
My aunt has that video now that I think about it. I think she still has the original VHS. Oh God, I got told that her video is now a joke on YouTube apparently. All right.
Why are so many of them so fake? The weird hip-hop music and the smiles that are a bit too wide. It might just be the plastic surgery, but it all makes me feel uncomfortable. I get that instructors want to make exercise seem fun and all that, but it feels super condescending to me. How the frig do they do entire workouts smiling and talking and making cheesy eating pizza jokes? Alright, now hold that squat. Ooh, feel that burn in those quads. I'm smiling and articulating everything perfectly, and I totally know you're panting like a dying animal over there. Don't think about that leftover pizza in the fridge. Looking at you, Brittany. If you're looking for good home exercise programs, I'm gonna recommend this blog I've been following for a super long time called Fitness Blender. Whoa, is that the sellout alarm? Is Jane finally selling out? No, turn that thing off. I've never talked to Fitness Blender. They're not paying me to say this. They don't even know I exist. It's run by this nice couple, Daniel and Kelly. They're super down to earth and have a really healthy view on fitness and wellness. You can tell they know their stuff. All their exercise videos and tips are completely free. And if you want to use one of their written programs or meal plans, they're like $15. And they don't have that dumb music in the background of their video if you're just starting out.
In the background of their video.
Exercise, it's gonna hurt and or suck for a bit. If it doesn't, you aren't gonna see changes. Well, okay, don't murder yourself, be smart about it, but your body is gonna complain for a while, and that's good. There's plenty of activities you can do. Playing a sport with friends, walking your dog, a casual
She's walking Ari. What the?
battle to the death. Squats. And respect your starting point. When I first started trying to get back into working out, I was just okay. Alright, got through it. Alright, we're done with our warm-up, grab a quick drink of water, and we'll get right into the workout. But just stick through the beginning, because that's literally the hardest part. Raise your hand if you're sore! Ha! Trick question, you can't raise your arms, they're jello. Don't forget that exercise is only a quarter of the health journey. What you eat is the biggest variable to all this life-changing athlete hippie mumbo-jumbo. Eating right is like straight-up magic. You feel amazing. It's the closest thing to drugs that isn't drugs. There's a difference between being thin versus fit versus healthy. Kinda like Venn diagram style. Someone could be thin, but that doesn't mean they're at all healthy. Someone could be super swollen, buff, but eat junk 24/7. And someone could be eating super healthy, but not have the body of a supermodel. There's a healthy range of everything. I used to have a really bad relationship with eating. I've talked about it before. In college, I developed an eating disorder and a fear of eating food, and I would go like an entire day eating almost nothing. No, Jaden. You think that eating 600 calories a day is just gonna float you to all your hopes and dreams? Nope. It's just gonna give you headaches and emotional breakdowns. You can trust me. I'm from the future. Also, learn what Bitcoin is and invest everything you can into it while you still can. I wish there was more information being taught on the dangers of eating disorders, because if I knew about that whole mess 3 years ago, I would have been like, whoa, okay, never mind. Let's do a 180 here. This ship is whack. I'm getting out of here before it controls everything in my life. You can't abuse your body and expect anything good to come from it. Man, I feel great. I could totally run a marathon and write an essay right now. I'm so energized and my brain is so clear. Thanks for feeding me literally one grape. You don't go to the gas station, pour a cup of gas into your car, and then try to drive to China. Eating less than your body needs to physically survive accomplishes nothing. It might seem like it's working in the moment, but honey, you've got a big storm coming. Please try to end it as soon as you can. I'm not at all trying to shame anyone going through rough times with their self-image. I know it's a really hard thing to fight against. I was pretty far gone when I was struggling, and even though I'm in a much better place now, I do still have bad days. What helps me is trying to separate logical thoughts from the bad ones that fuel the irrational fears. They're not here to see you succeed. They're just the dumb brain versions of those TV and email scams where they're like, hey, give me your credit card info, social security number, and mother's maiden name, and I'll give you $1 million. I won't literally destroy your life. I'm just your friendly neighborhood Nigerian prince. It's all more simple than you think. Eat healthy when you can, fresh fruit, vegetables, whole foods, and it's okay to treat yourself every once in a while. Don't say, I'm never eating sugar for the rest of my life. You're setting yourself up for failure there, and end up pulling a James. Exercise as much or as little as you're ready for, and be mindful and respectful about how your body feels. Little changes go a long way. Remember, you're doing this for you. And don't play that dumb hip-hop music while you work out, or I swear to Hercules, I'm gonna run someone over with an exercise bike.
Good luck.
Hey, it's been a while. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know if you've seen yet, but the Fine Bros made a reaction video on me.
She's literally playing the music in the background, just like she complained about it. I'm just like, I see what you're doing there. Nice background pizza joke, Jaden. Good gravy, someone drew them swole over here. Shh, the swole squad. Called it.
I've already seen it and had a reaction, but I don't think I'll be making a I react to people react to me thing. I know a lot of people wanted me to do that. I enjoyed the video. They said some nice things. I hope you see it. And thanks to the Fine Bros for thinking I'm someone worth reacting to.
Come on, you're always someone worth reacting to.
This video took a bit longer to get done. This year's actually going to be pretty busy, and we've got some special things in the works for you in the future. I'm really trying to up the quality of videos and not die in the process. I used to be super strict on uploading every 2 weeks, but it's really not sustainable for my mental health or my health in general, so the videos will just be done when they're done. If I could post more, I definitely would, but I care more about the quality of videos than a certain schedule. So yeah. Also, I hope you liked the video. Stick to your resolutions, keep working towards the person you want to become, and take care of yourself.
Love the whole, hey, apples! Oh boy, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I certainly did. After all, yeah, working out isn't easy. It's also, it's a journey. Life change is a journey. You never can just do one straight shot and bam, you're done. Hey, like I said, even I'm still doing the 20 minutes minimum, but I have been trying to push myself to reach 30 minutes a day. But that's just up in the air right now because of scheduling and time constraints and everything. Because there's only so much time in the day you can do. In the meantime, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I certainly did. Looking forward to seeing more from Jaden as we continue on our journey and enjoy more of the various channels I'm reacting to. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!